Unfortunately, Taoiseach, the recent gas deal between the EU and Israel falls short of the moral and legal obligations of both the EU and Ireland towards the Palestinian people. And this deal, which runs contrary to long-standing EU and Irish policy, which requires that all agreements between the State of Israel and the EU must unequivocally and explicitly indicate their complicity to the territories occupied by Israel since 1967. And this deal contravenes UN policy as set out in the Security Council Resolution 2334. We have a moral and legal obligation to distinguish in our relevant dealings with the territory of the State of Israel and the territories occupied since 1967. The Irish government was recently briefed by the UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in the Palestine-occupied territories since 1967, and Professor Michael Link stated that Palestinians in the occupied territories are living under a system of apartheid. Ireland nor the EU can bypass their own values, Taoiseach, the UN and international law for the sake of what is a dodgy deal. Israel has been exploiting occupied Palestinian territories for decades now, and that includes the mineral wealth on Palestinian land and indeed in its waters. And the colonial settlement expansion programme in the occupied territories, it is a grave breach of international law. And we took last year a unanimous decision in the Dáil that stated that Israel has illegally annexed Palestinian lands, and we cannot now about turn and support a deal which not only undermines the decisions of this Dáil, but directly contravenes international law, even if a government minister believes it convenient to do so. International law, Taoiseach, is not a pick and mix. It must be applied equally in all instances. And Taoiseach, it has to be said, all lawbreakers must be held to account, not rewarded.